Hey, welcome to Foreigner in the Philippines. Good morning. Well, it's early morning, just after 7, and already the rain has set in. Plan on giving you a walkthrough. We've moved on with the work in our guest house, and we're getting close to doing the fun detail work now. This is all down to James to do all of this. I do design work, but a lot of the execution is all down to James. All these little details which he so carefully puts in. A lot of this work is done as an afterthought, so looking back we would do it slightly differently, but still very happy with the way that things are going and the way that James does pay such attention to detail. He likes the fun part just like I do. But anyway, going in, mostly what we're looking at now, if you've been in on the project as we've been going along, is to do the detail work. Coming in like this. This is what you would, in the old days, you would call a chair rail. And all of this is all very nicely done. Very happy with this. And what this is. A little bit of carving off to do there, so that this will move up. But that's how it's supposed to do. So little bits of adjustments to do, sanding off. When you have, I always think it's very easy to do things when you can go in and you can buy, you have access to good tools. Where there's a tool for every job. I used to be a little bit jaded about some of the woodworking programs on television, because they have a machine to do everything. But here we're down to working with blockboard, or this is what they call plyboard, right, which is two very thin pieces of ply, like a 1/16 of an inch, and then it's put onto what really is scrap wood, and they bond the two together. And whereas if you have all of the moldings, special moldings that you can buy, you can go in and buy special moldings. But here we've made use, we've tried to innovate. This is one piece, this is one moulding, the one that's on the top. And we've used that on the edge, which you can see there. That's on the edge of the 3/4 ply. And that finishes the edge. And the way that we've done that is we've used quarter round. That's quarter round there. And we put it onto that off-the-shelf moulding. Those are the two basic mouldings that we've used everywhere. If you look, there's a little detail there. We actually did this. We did it at first, as I said. Get a piece of this is just ripped. This is just taken off with the saw, and you take that and you put a piece of moulding on one side like that, piece of moulding on the other side, and then you have a made up moulding that's custom made, and it's custom made with the simplest tools. This one, when we had done this, I looked at that and I thought that looks a little bit plain going all around. I'll show you the difference. Here's the difference. Here's how we started off. I thought that that would look nice. We put that on, but when it went on, it actually looks a little bit plain. So we put the extra piece in, and once that went in, and these are then done, I didn't want to come the whole way down, so I just agreed that we would make that 12 inches long and shape off the end there. So that's how you end up with simple basic tools. Now we're looking at, we do have an electric planer, and we have a jigsaw, power saw, well, a circular saw, and a drill. But otherwise it's all basic tools like this little surf horn. Beautiful little tool, very simple, cheap tool, and so useful. Obviously a level. But you can see, actually the one thing that I've never used, that James uses, is this laser level, and he puts that up, very clever, he puts that up on a little temporary shelf, and he sticks that on the top there, and that puts a laser beam all around, so we know that the level of that moulding over there is exactly the same as the level there. So there's no guessing. So we have a few things to go in. You can see here this has been prepped, so that's ready to be cut down and fitted, and we'll have the same for going up here, look, and that will be formed around there, and obviously you can see that the miters are going in there. So that's the AC unit that's already gone in, breaker switch for the AC unit. We've got a couple of little details to still go in here, beading going across, but all of that all does make a huge difference to the quality of the job. The bottom part, a lot of this will be covered by the fitted furniture that I've got planned. I'm in the design mode now for working out how I'm going to fit furniture into here, because what this will be, in effect it will be a bed sitting room. So what I want to do is I want to put that corner so that it's on a corner, right, it's at an angle, and then a little bit of fitted furniture here, but then from here on we're going to use the corner unit that we have in the extension, and that's going to go in here. I already have a table, a corner desk, which will go in over there, and that's already made, and I will fit that and paint it, repaint it, so that it's fitting in with all of the furniture. A little bit of cabinet work here for what you would normally get in a hotel, with a place for a suitcase to go on so that you can use that for storage, and a hanging space here. We put this big cabinet in here to cover a main beam, a main support pillar, I should say. And the same here. This room was built rustic. It was built with tree trunks in the corner pillars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it was never intended to be covered in, but I went from deciding to use this as a workshop, an open workshop, to making it into a guest house, and then from there everything took. I like the concealed lighting. And I'm really eager to get on to the fun part for me, which is to fit all of the furniture into here. So I'll design that especially for these places, and then I'll build it, and I'll once again use basic tools. And this, you can see the way you can see how we buy that in 8x4 sheets. And there's the next one that we'll be using. And I didn't make these doors. James didn't make these doors. These are really rustic doors, but I'll dress them up. See, then it really need to be fitted as well. But I can dress those up with 8-ply. And I've got lots of little pieces of artwork that I'm planning on doing there. I've got the television there, of course. Well, as you can hear, the rain is coming down. Why didn't I get home before it really started? Now I'm stranded here. You can see this is a rainy day. There's right, I found a piece of something that we should never be chewing on. That dog stole my glasses and chewed on my glasses, can you believe? Yaya is here, and she's being given a little bit of time off from her mother duties. She's got four puppies, and she looks like she's got a few guests on there as well. So another day work, we'll see these small details put in, and I'll be able to come in and at least get everything in a base coat of white. I like to do everything in white at first. Think of it as primer. Get everything in white. I'm not a perfectionist, so I don't mind seeing some of the seams that are here. I can live with that. Not looking very good, and I'm very happy with how it's going to be. It's going to be a really nice room, I know. Bathroom. As you can see, I like lots of light. I think there should be lots of light in the bathroom. And we're putting up a mirror. Put a mirror up here, which will make a back support out of the block ply, out of this. and I'll make that up so that it's ready to be mounted onto the wall, and then I'll take that down to the glaziers and I'll get them to fit a piece of 1/4" glass mirror, I should say. Got a window to go in there. I've got an extractor fan, so that mirror, that window there will just be a fixed window. A fixed window, we can just make the frame up and get a piece of glass cut. Very simple and very straightforward and cheap. Gotta think cheap. So we've continued this, and we'll continue it all the same as in there. And that's it. So in the next week, you will see a lot of change in here. But we'll start coming together. So that's my little update. Thanks for looking in. This is our guest house, our quarantine madness project. Thanks for looking in. Thanks for taking an interest. Okay, bye for now.